All right, welcome all to the first Continual AI Unconference. So I'm really excited to kickstart this event that is thanks to all the members of Continual AI, all the people connected to the Continual Learning community, and especially the set of the organizers, the amazing steering committee, all the people that really supported the event that took like 1 year of preparation, almost like that. So I'm really excited to see a lot of participation from the community itself, and I hope this event, as we will see, could push some interesting dimensions that I think, apart from the interest on the topic, are really useful to make, let's say, those fields more inclusive in terms of ideas, people, and minorities, and in the end produce like open science. This is what we mostly care at Continual AI. So the Continual AI Conference will be running for 24 hours long, and is mostly organized, for those of you that are not aware of it, by Continual AI, which is an official non-profit research organization and the largest open community on continual learning for AI. So the mission of Continual AI is fueling continual learning research by connecting researchers in the field and enthusiasts, offering them a platform to share, discuss, and produce original research on the topic we consider fundamental for the future of AI. So this is why it's called Continual AI, continual learning for AI. And so through Continual AI, we have been already working on mostly on the meta research level, right? So trying to work on collaborative projects, open source projects that everyone can use, that everyone can contribute to, like Avalanche, which is an end-to-end, we call it, library for deep continual learning. Based on PyTorch, and as well as other projects like the continual learning baselines, trying to reproduce popular continual learning algorithms, and other disseminations events or events connected, and materials mostly connected to didactic purposes. So you see, if you go to the official Continual AI website, all this material and tools that are available for you to use. So they are completely open and free in terms of usage. So feel free to check them out. But the next thing that we really want to do to make, let's say, Continual AI a reference for this field and a platform to share ideas and research assets was the organization of an unconference, so with its peculiar style. So how did we do it? Well, this is thanks, as I mentioned, to all the people that organized this event and the Continual AI members that are supporting Continual AI. So Continual AI doesn't have any additional, let's say, funds, or is not leveraging, let's say, any direct funding from projects or other people. So it's definitely and also running only on members' donations and their annual subscriptions. So it's also thanks to the mostly voluntary work of many people that are interested in this topic and in Continual AI ideas, that we made this unconference completely free for everyone. So this took a lot of effort on our side, but we're really happy that we have achieved, let's say, this important objective for the unconference. So we wanted to show that it's really possible to organize a nice event scientifically and in terms of transfer of ideas for free for everyone, which is not, as you may imagine, something easy, but it's definitely possible. So with this, we wanted to prove that it's possible to do it, and we are very happy that we have reached our goal. So why then we wanted to do this conference, or better, unconference? Well, we know that continual learning is a fundamental topic at the forefront of AI, so I think all of you here are convinced about this. And there are many continual learning workshops, tutorials, and major conferences that we participate to even. So what we realized, also organizing those events, right, in these major conferences and gatherings, scientific gatherings, is that, well, it's not easy to participate in these events financially, or because of visa issues, because of the pandemic or other health-related issues. So traveling the world, other than being unsustainable for other, let's say, environmental reasons, is becoming really an impediment to many to develop their interest, develop their ideas, their understanding about the field, but also to bring their own ideas. So we have a really strong obstacle that is in terms of inclusivity, that we should try to somehow remove. So this is where ContinualAI comes in, and why we wanted to create a virtual event that was reducing essentially those barriers in terms of traveling and in terms of accessibility financially. So this is what motivated the organization of the Unconference. So in order to, let's say, improve accessibility and inclusiveness, we decided to create a multi-timezone format. So I think this is one of the first times attempt, let's say, to create a multi-timezone event. So the idea is that we wanted to, well, make an event virtual for the obvious reason of not traveling, etc. But also to support time zones in which you live. So, of course, we don't expect everyone to follow the entire event for 24 hours straight. Maybe some passionate people can do it. But the idea of the 24-hour long event is to cover essentially all the time zones of the world. So you'll see in the program that we try to not replicate content that you can watch again on YouTube if you're really interested in a particular speaker or a talk, but at least discuss again in different time zones the same, let's say, arguments, and then at the end of 24-hour conference, maybe find some conclusions. In terms of scientific quality, then we can achieve through active dialogue. We also developed a strong commitment and effort in, creating essentially call for papers and call for talks. So we will see over the conference program a lot of original talks that people from the community have submitted, as well as these pre-registration articles. I will try to clarify a bit more what they are next. But essentially articles that the community has contributed to. So I think we have a question. Do we want to answer it right away, or maybe I can do it, because we want to do this quite actively. Okay, Dorina, have you raised your hand casually, or or you want to say something? I think I gave you the option to open your mic now and speak, if you want to ask something. No. Okay, maybe it was a mistake. Fantastic. So moving on, we will see all these interesting, scientifically interesting, let's say, submissions that have been peer-reviewed thoroughly. Then we also have, in case you didn't know about it, say some mentoring sessions in parallel that will be active, just to increase this level of participation and dialogue within the event. Okay, the conference in terms of topics will be mostly covering lifelong learning, continual machine learning, but also open, let's say, to all the fields and research topics that are connected to it. So mostly neuroscience, so like getting inspiration from the human brain, or online learning and those different communities that share some objectives with the continual learning and continual learning as a whole. And real-world applications. So we wanted also to cover aspects related to the implementation of these algorithms in real-world settings, and to tackle some interesting applications. Getting to the pre-registration, so we also try to add a bit of originality and in context of papers publishing. Pre-registration is a well-known, let's say, protocol to publish papers, maybe in other fields, but not so much known in computer science. So pre-registration works like this. So the idea is to separate the generation and confirmation of scientific hypotheses. You come up with an exciting research question, then you write a paper proposal without the empirical evaluation and confirmatory, let's say, experiments. And only after the paper is accepted, so this paper proposal that is well argumented and detailed, you run the experiments and report your results with a, let's say, more sought second round of evaluation. And by the way, this is a slide that was taken by the NeoRIPS pre-registration workshop, which was, I think, the first attempt in doing pre-registration for AI machine learning. So we started from that experience and we tried to put it at the center of the unconference. So we believe that this kind of approach has some positive, of course, also negatives, but mostly positive sides and impact. So it is a healthy mix. You get at the end of this process a healthy mix of positive and negative results. So of course, there are some hypotheses that will not pan out at the end through the experiments. You have, reasonable ideas that don't work, but can then still get published. So you have those negative results available for your research as well. Papers are evaluated mostly on the basis of their scientific interest, not really about achieving best results, as we know is a big problem for our deep learning community. So what you get out of it? Well, it's also easy to plan your research. Your research is stronger, so your results have increased the credibility, and you can even convince people through this dialogue, right, that they will learn something even if the result is negative. So I think that it has a lot of interesting ideas connected to it. Many other fields are doing it. Why shouldn't we try it in computer science? So this is why we did it in this conference. Okay, well, I think we skip, for the sake of time, all the details of the pre-registration that you can see well described in our official unconf.continualai.org website. But what you should know is that we rigorously evaluated 10 submissions for this experiment, and we accepted 6 papers that we published in the Proceedings on Machine Learning Research. So that's a very interesting result, and congrats to the authors that will have a chance to discuss their results, the initial results and proposals within the conference. And just to remind you all, we have all the program details in UTC time, same as GMT, just for the sake of clarity, in our official website. So in case you want to know all the different sessions and what they are about, who is the speaker and the session chairs, etc., you can go to the official website and look in the details of the program. So we have a number of contributed talks from the communities I was hinting before. I think they are 13 accepted talks, and they are divided in different sections based on their topics, so deep continual learning, application, neuroscience, and online learning. So we believe that the contributed talks are fundamental in this process, and so this is why it was open to everyone. So well, just needed to send in the call for talks a small abstract what you want to talk, just to check if there was like a connection with continual learning, right? So I take again just a minute to thank all the general chairs from James Smith to Martin Mond, Andrea Cossu, Tyler Ice, Kayland Cooper, that did an amazing job in planning all these events and keeping track of everything, etc. So I would like to give them a round of applause, let's say virtually, we cannot hear it, so, but let's give it to them. So we have also a lot of people involved, not just the main organizers that try to just create timelines and they take big decisions, but there are a lot of people that contributed for different aspects of the conference. You see, handling the program, all the talks, outreaching, communication, registration, the website. Well, you get the gist of it. We have all these amazing people that voluntarily contributed to the Unconf. So what you will see today is mostly thanks to them and their effort. Thank you so much, also on my part. And this is the steering committee, just to guarantee that, well, the scientific standard of this conference is very high. So you see a lot of those people are actively contributing and are like pioneers or well-known scientists in the context of continual learning, lifelong learning, deep learning. So, you know, this was very important because despite willing to create like a progressive movement, try to change things in our field for the sake of innovation, and especially in the context of meta research or how we organize events and we discuss among each other, it was important to ground those innovations into like a firm scientific foundation would be guaranteed by the steering committee. So you see here there is also Marco that will be the next speaker in a few minutes. Okay, so I think I want to keep it short. So I wanted just to summarize in this overview slide, well, the numbers, some numbers of the conference. You see we have more than 400 registered attendees. I mean, people are still rolling in. So we have, just if you want to invite people, right, that you know, well, you can send them directly the registration link, and within the ticket, they will have access to the Zoom link. So you can just forward the event Eventbrite or directly the website of the conference, and they will be able still to attend in the next few hours, right? So we won't close the registration. They will get the ticket, they can enter, and so we expect, let's say, an overall participation on that number. Of course, participation may decrease or increase over time because all these people, of course, are from different time zones and they will attend just a portion, possibly, of the conference. So we have 24 hours of real, let's say, continued content. It is composed of different sub-sessions. We also allow for some breaks. So we have 10 invited talks from big speakers. Then we have 6 community talk sessions where we will have like contributed talks and pre-registration paper talks. We have several open discussions. One of those will be just happening after the invited talk from Marco Gori, and we have also the mentoring sessions happening in parallel. 2 tutorials, those are very nice, one on Avalanche and one on River, these other library of more online learning approaches. So in case you are a student or you are a teacher that is interested in those aspects, you can send an email to your students. There are 2 tutorials that are very interesting to get your hands dirty, right? And build some expertise in those tools. And finally, we also one panel discussion. I think that will be linked mostly to the industrial case. All the recordings, just to say it again for the people that just joined, will be made available later on in the next few weeks at the Continual AI YouTube channel. Okay, I won't go too much into the details of the program that you can find online. I just wanted to summarize what are the next things you will see before the break. So we will have an invited talk on collectional AI by Marco, then an open discussion on foundation models and continual learning. Marco, of course, if he wants to stay, we would love to hear his opinion about this, as well as those of all the participants. And then we will have the first tutorial or hands-on session from Albin as an introduction to Avalanche as the next session. Finally, we conclude this first part with the paper session. So we will have a lot of speakers that we will briefly discuss one after the other all their contributions. So we will have talks that ranging from 5 minutes to 15, so it's very fast-paced, and we wanted to give space to a lot of interaction. So we will be space for Q&As at the end of each of those small presentations. All right, so you can check the rest of the program composed of impressively good people and researchers in our field, with fully packed opportunities for discussion in the official website. So I won't spend so much more time on it. Okay, that's all on my side. I think I stayed mostly in time, so we I think can well, first of all, thank you all again for the participation. I hope you will enjoy the unconference. You can stay at home and relax with your cup of coffee while enjoying, let's say, this interaction.